All right, so as you can see, there are some losses. That's okay though. Okay, so the first one that happens here, it was a good deck. I mean, it's Buster Blader. It requires fusion for it to properly work. Yes, this is Buster Dragon, but you can still work around that if you need to. And I thought to myself, ooh, this is going to be a lot harder for Ghostricks to win against, especially in situations where I don't get to go first. My deck has to go first typically in order for it to work. Yes, I can battle back against some other ones, but I am definitely looking for that opportunity to go first because if I don't, it just changes immediately because I need to get going. And once I get going, I'm good. But after that, I'm in trouble. Now, I saw the Kashtira monster and I'm like, really? Like, this isn't going to work here. So I start with Claudrin. You know, I get my little burn in, go ahead and go for Festival. You know the deal. It's the same play I typically run almost every time I play this deck that I've built. And it works fine. But as soon as I saw the Buster Blader, like I was saying, I'm like, oh no, this is not going to work. So then the Buster Blader comes out, or the newer version of the card. There's the Buster Dragon. Now everything on the field is Dragon type. He's getting the boost from everything in the grave. So that's good for him. And then there's the fusion. And I thought, oh man, I am in trouble here. So can't even use the effect, which is really bad. And so I just thought, yeah, I'm not sure I'm coming out of this. And Buster Bladers are fun. You know, they're good decks. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and I just surrendered. I mean, there's really nothing I can do. So that was game number one. So I'm not too worried about that because I thought, you know, that's going to happen. Now, game two, this was a really, really good Raidraptor deck. I was very impressed, and I wanted to make sure I put the full clip in here because the way this guy swarms the field, I kept thinking, man, if I had Nibiru here, I would be using it several times during just this guy's main phase. But again, my deck is all normal and rare rarities, so because of that, it's very difficult for me to make that work. Now, I do get to go first, which is nice, you know, so that's definitely what I'm going for. Send the doll, go ahead and get out Festival. You know the play if you've been watching here recently. I did like that I had Museum because I thought, well, that's going to help me. And then I had Night face down, so I thought, okay, that gives me some options. Again, I didn't know what he was playing at first. When I saw this and then saw Mimicry go to the grave, I thought, okay, so let's see how good this Raidraptor build is. And right there, Strangolanius is good. Because as long as you control a dark monster, it's a free special summon. And he goes into the Raider's Night, which that card is always treated as a Raidraptor card, which I think is pretty interesting. And so then he's able to Xyz again into Brave Strikes. And that gives him a rank up card. So I instantly thought, ooh, he's going to be able to go into the level 6 here if he wants to. But no, he surprises me and goes into Arsenal. Which is fine, because that's a pretty good card. It usually puts in some major work. So the next Strangle card comes out. Then he's able to go here and Link, going into the Link 2 for Y Strikes. And again, just so much comboing that the deck was doing here. I just thought it was very good. And getting out the owl there, it's really good because what it can do is it gives you a Raidraptor card. And so he goes for 4 strikes again, and that is not a hard once per turn. So I just thought to myself, ooh, I'm in trouble here. This is not going to work with my little deck that is nowhere near as good as this, especially when I saw the Rusty. I thought, oh no. He's going to be able to put all kinds of cards here that's going to interrupt my turn. I just don't see how I'm able to make it work. Gaga Magician now. And that was key. So it does stop the battle phase. So at least I survived the turn. But I'm looking at the way this guy is swarming the field with monsters. and the way that everything's getting set up. Look at that. One space is left for me at this point. And I thought, well, I might have a way to combat against this. Let me check. And then he does this and brings out the DD monster, and it was over. I instantly knew that it was over as soon as I saw that card hit the field. In very, very impressive Raidraptor build. For those of you who like that deck, I would definitely look at that guy's build. It was very, very good. There it is again. So if you're wanting an idea of what he was playing, I thought it was a just genius build. And again, you saw the end board. It's pretty amazing. I was very impressed. So now I get to go against a very basic Dark Magician deck, and you know, that's what I've been running into the most. They've been very basic decks. It's not like I'm facing anything that's top tier when I look at these builds that I've been winning against. Sometimes I've beat some decks that I'm shocked that I have been able to beat, as you've seen from previous videos. But again, some of these other ones, they just don't have the same punch to them or combo ability as the others, which for Ghostricks is great. They want to go slowly, right? That's what they're trying to do. So I have Parade here, and as soon as I saw the face down, I thought, oh, that's very interesting. That always tells me you don't have the best hand unless you're intentionally going for a deck where, you know, it revolves around setting cards. So with that being the case, I instantly thought, okay, I think I'm in good shape here. I'm able to chain, but I love being able to chain with Parade because it gives me any Ghostrick card. It doesn't have to just be a monster. So I'm off and running. I do skip ahead here so I don't bore you with all the other details, but notice I've switched to Museum, was able to go ahead and use Ghoul's effect, and you know, I've been able to punch in pretty good here. He goes ahead and uses swords. I'm able to go ahead and get the effect off with Claudra, and I've already got it. And so I just go ahead and use the burn effect. Yeah, no problem there. And that's the great thing about the deck. It's fun to play when you get going like this, right? This next one is a Blackwing deck. And I don't think we actually ended up really going very far. I think he either surrendered or he ended up losing his connection. Sometimes I don't know if that's the case or not. I have a backlog of videos for you guys when it comes to how this Ghostrick deck has been doing. I've been shocked how much of a win rate I've had with it. I really thought it was going to be a lot lower than it's actually been. But it's casual duels, so people are looking to use things that go back and forth, which for Ghostricks is perfect. There's my typical play, though. You know the deal. Now, I did like his use of the Icarus attack there. It's a great trap where you get rid of one Blackwing monster. I think it's just a winged beast monster, and you can pop two. But thankfully, I did have some other options here. So I thought that was good. Again, that allows me just to get going. Yeah, it goes to the end phase, which is perfect for me. But I go ahead and draw, and there it is. Again, I just looked at that and thought, well, that's kind of odd. I don't know if he meant for it to fail or not, but it would have been interesting to see how that one would have finished. Now, this was an interesting duel. You know, a throwback to the Magician of Black Chaos. If you ever watched the anime, boy, was that a hype moment when Yugi's going against Pegasus, and you actually get to see that unfold. Now, again, I didn't know what he was playing until we actually got into the duel. But when I saw it hit the field, I kind of smile because it does make me remember that moment. I just thought the anime did that perfectly, the way they brought that out. In the anime duels, there's no way in real life you're going to see it go back and forth like that. At least the way they use the cards or the way they deck build, it's like, no, this isn't going to happen, at least in the early animes. I mean, it'd have to be extremely, extremely lucky for things to happen the way that they did. But, you know, I've got a decent start there. Anytime I've got Festival out, a face down, I have a trap I can use, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. So there it is, Magician of Black Chaos. I do book here just because I only wanted one card to possibly be affected. So I go ahead and get out Doll, and oddly enough, he didn't attack, which I thought was really strange. I thought that was really bizarre. That did not end up happening. But notice here you've got the blue eyes that comes out. I use the effect. Now, this is later into the duel. I've got things face down, which is what I'm definitely looking for. Use shot to go ahead and bring out the Duelan. Go ahead and use the effect to attach it, which is really nice. There's Museum, so I can attack directly. And this just gets me going. I do have Festival now as well. Duelan going to the grave gives me a card. I go ahead and grab Spectre. It's such a great card. I love that ability to special and get a draw of one. Anytime I get a draw, I'm always happy. Now, he does use that card there, but you can't attack into anything because my Angel card is better. Also, chaining is a little funky sometimes in this deck. I'm fine with that burn. That does not bother me at all because I have a way to get it back if I want to. But I know that I've got the game here. I put everything face down. Go ahead and attack in. Okay, so I'm feeling very confident. Now, I did kick myself at first because I shouldn't have flipped my Spectre right away. I could have got 300 more burn there. But, you know, sometimes that's how it is. Okay, but notice I'm able just to use the effect here, flip, and I love it when I can use that and actually get the win off of it. You know, that does not happen very often. Yeah, but again, I like that I'm using all the cards. You know, that's definitely fun. Okay, we've got the last build here. It's not a very strong build. It's one of those synchro starter decks. And again, I mean, the turns are the back and forth that I like from Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm feeling pretty in firm control with this deck. You know what it reminds me of? Ghostricks to me are the slow version of Sky Striker. Sky Striker makes you feel like you can play the game. Ghostrick does the same thing. It moves slow enough that you think, oh, I've got a shot here. I can battle my way through. And then as it keeps going, you realize you really don't have that ability to keep going like you hope that you can. So that would be what I would equivalent that to. Now again, this is later in the duel because I don't want to, you know, bore you with the entire thing here. But everything's just working the way that I want it to. I'm getting exactly what I want. I thought, wow, using the chain there to put my one card into defense, was not anticipating that. I go ahead and get out Festival. Everything gets flipped down. I'm able to special summon a monster. You know, I'm feeling in firm control here. I have no concerns. I'm able to flip everything, use the effective Genshi here. Go ahead and get Skeleton. I love Skeleton. It's one of my favorite cards. And again, that's what I'm talking about. Sky Striker makes you think you can do the same thing. You feel so confident thinking, oh, I got this. No. And once he realized that, he went ahead and quit. But now, this is where I wanted to show you. So through the first 4 days, notice that I have only lost 3 times with this deck. That shouldn't happen. So I'm curious what it's going to be as we keep going. But hey, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you hit that like button. We always appreciate that you guys are following. And hey, if you'd like to follow more of my content, I hope you'll be a subscriber to the channel. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.